song is actually a lot catchier than I thought it was going to be, and I hate it a lot less the more I listen to it.
Yeah, we got Power Rangers ska for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and I'm not mad about it.
You know, it was one of those things where we went metal for so long that this kind of pop punk ska version of Power Rangers was actually kind of fun. And especially when you start throwing this
Yeah.
behind all the battle sequences and Megazord fights.
Yeah, it's like Streetlight Manifesto was like, hey, we like Power Rangers, here's your theme song.
Listen, it's no Wasserman bop. I know we that is usually our standard of all theme songs, but for not being a Wasserman theme song, I'm gonna put this one a 7 out of 10.
Alpha, Rita's escaped. Recruit me a podcast with attitude. Ranger Rabble, we need you. Leo V, Kyle D, may the power protect you. It's morphin' time.
Go, go. Ranger Rabble. Rabble, Ranger Rabble.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Ranger Rabble, episode 15. And today we are talking about Power Rangers Jungle Fury. As always, I'm Kyle D.
And I'm Leo V. Bro, this season was interesting for a lot of reasons. There was some really cool new American things that they did, but they also kept very strictly to the Sentai and a lot of other aspects to it. So this season definitely, for a Disney season, was not the worst of them.
This season was definitely interesting. I like how they started with the 3 again. It was a team of 3. That was, for some reason, I enjoy that a lot more than a full team of 5.
It was also kind of sewn into the story that way too, where the protectors of the evil box where Daishi was held was like always going to be 3 protectors. So even from the beginning, they were always looking for 3. So 3 of the Power Rangers were really the important ones of the story, and the other 2 were just kind of like, oh hey, we're Power Rangers too.
This season had a lot of good parts, it had a lot of bad parts, and it had a lot of in it too.
But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Like everyone here at Jungle Karma Pizza, make sure you put in your order right down there with that subscribe button.
Home sweet headquarters.
So this season is very different from the get-go because there is no secret hideout. There is no flashy, building in a canyon. It's a pizza shop. As a fat kid and a pizza lover, this is it. Like, this is chef's kiss, in my opinion. Because nobody's going to suspect that, oh, yeah, we're going to go and get a pizza and become Power Rangers.
Yeah, they started with another secret ninja school tucked away in the mountains, and they make it seem like it's so far away, but somehow they're able to get to this town of Ocean Bluff with a pizza place nearby, and like there's a simple explanation for that.
There it is. First one of the episode.
And their dojo above the pizza shop it's like a high school gym. It's got like a little basketball court, and tucked up in the corner is like their viewing globes, which is a bunch of different like old TVs that RJ hooked up. And then in the like loft area, they have like a little kitchen. But the dumbest part of this command center, I don't even like calling it a command center because it doesn't have any command to it. But the way they would exit the building was a giant hole in the ceiling that they had to Tarzan jump off of something and then swing out the hole. And again, the high school gym kind of look gives it a it gives them a place to train, but also it doesn't really seem like a fun place for them to just like hang out if that's going to be their hangout spot. But, you know, while we're at our command center, we might as well talk about our mentor for the season.
More phenomenal mentor.
With the Paishwa Academy, the secret ninja school, the Order of the Claw, there are many people who have been raised to the status of master. So we start off, we meet Master Mao before he gets killed. There's a bunch of other masters, and when he dies, Master Mao sends them to the pizzeria to meet up with RJ. And RJ is a creative mentor. He does not train you in the way that you think he's going to train you. They came from a school which was like, yes, we're going to teach you like kung fu moves, and these kung fu moves are going to be the secret to helping you. And when like Casey goes to RJ for training on something, it's okay, fix my chair, the screwdriver. So like a twisting technique, or rinse out my mat and like wring it dry. So like using those techniques to train. So he has a very different and eclectic way of doing things, but that's because he's a lone wolf. He kind of goes his own direction. He does not have to, you know, stick to what everyone else is doing, which was kind of a big thing with his father and why they didn't get along, because his dad wanted him to learn the shark technique like his dad and his dad and his dad, and RJ was like, "Nah, bro, like that's not my animal. Like I can't do that."
So what you're saying is he's a lone wolf. Dun dun dun.
Not for nothing, his suit is just so fucking pretty.
Yeah, they really chose a nice color purple for him.
Right, and the way it's like accented on the helmet, all the helmets are great, but the little like white whisker accents on the side, it just really is. RJ in general was just a great mentor. I really appreciate him on the grand scheme of mentors. He gets a solid B plus for me.
He totally gives off that like vibe that let me just sit back and light this up really quick, and oh, may the power protect me.
What strain is that? Paishwa. If RJ is the Zordon of the season, I guess that makes Fran the alpha. She was always at the pizza place to begin with. She was the RJ's best customer and always hung out there, and would help out. And then all of a sudden, when the Rangers showed up and they were disappearing all the time, she started getting suspicious, and then found out that they were Power Rangers.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't.
So I don't know that I would necessarily call Fran the assistant, but she was definitely the she was around a lot in the pizzeria, so you might as well call her the alpha, because she was doing most of the bitch work when everybody was out saving the world. So many times was she just doing the lunch rush all by herself, and it was like, okay, we're going on break, see you later. They did that in Mystic Force a lot too. It was like, okay, bye, we're going on break, we'll be back after we go fight some monsters. But we'll talk about that next episode.
Red Misto Ranger. Capes.
Well, listen, you can't really complain about capes because fucking Daishi is like whipping around his fur cape like an asshole this entire season too. So I don't want to hear nothing about that. He's got this fur capey business that he's just like,
because he's the bad guy. The bad guys always get the capes. Are we doing this right now?
Evil endeavors.
So this season we get a handful of baddie bads. What's it called that? Baddie bads. The big bad of this season is Mr. Daishi. Now, Daishi first appears as an evil spirit.
trapped in a box, because everyone's got to be trapped in a box.
Who is apparently bent on animal supremacy. Daishi needs a host. He needs a human form in order to be Daishi and wreak havoc all over everyone. So Daishi possesses Gerard, and Gerard is also the lion warrior. So he has a whole fancy ass getup.
He had the lion spirit from his
So cool.
time at the Ping Shuang Academy. So it was one of those things that it just carried over when he became evil.
One of my favorite suits, dude. The detail. And that was all American, right? Was that American or was that from the
That was from the Sentai.
Okay, it was from the Sentai. Okay. But Daishi's second in command is Miss Camille.
Yeah.
Can you guess what kind of animal she is?
Chamomile tea.
Correctamundo, Raymundo. Now, Camille is the chameleon warrior, and also the Phantom Beast Phoenix.
Yeah, she takes on that at the end. That like,
yes, that's like her final form.
Which, I would say is appropriate for the story arc that she goes through. She's always loyal to Daishi, but at the same time, she also becomes attached to Gerard, and because the human part of him has always, well, not has always, does at one point like save her and look out for her.
We also are introduced to Flit, who is a fly that is attached to Camille.
So if I remember correctly, he was there's something with him like fighting Camille, and she puts some sort of curse on him that turns him into the fly. So she eats him, and he can't not be near her for too long, otherwise he'll disappear.
There's a simple explanation for that.
But he does come back to his human form at the end and becomes good friends with RJ, and I believe works at Jungle Karma Pizza. The entire season, all he does is commentary on the Megazord battles, which I don't necessarily think is necessary for a Megazord battle.
The fight is on! Boom! The Rangers win! What an incredible effort from these young newcomers!
I hate listening to like sports games because especially like two fucking people, especially Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. I fucking hate listening to them do sports. Flit is them doing sports.
What's wrong with Troy Aikman?
You're just saying that because he's a cowboy.
You're goddamn right. The man knows his football, brother.
Yeah, but shut the fuck up and let me watch the game.
Moving on, we also are introduced to the Rinshi and Rinshi beasts. The Rinshi are the foot soldiers, the putties, essentially. And I'm almost positive these are the dudes that just hop, right?
Up, 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 up.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Rinshi beasts are just like the monsters of the week. They said the monsters of the episode, essentially. On top of those, we have the three overlords. Carnosaur is the hawk spirit. Jellica is a jellyfish. And Grisaka is a grizzly bear. And on top of those, we have the three phantom beast generals. The Scorch, which is a
Avalon Dragon, I believe, is Scorch.
Snapper is a snapping turtle general. And Weiger is a white tiger.
They were definitely an interesting addition to the villains because they at one point were on the same side as Daishi, but also not happy that Daishi had a human form. Mm-hmm. So they were secretly working against Daishi.
Do we count the Masters as bad guys for this?
The Spirit Rangers for a hot second were definitely evil Rangers. They used these crystal eyes to control three of the masters that the Rangers had, and they transformed their animal spirits into Power Rangers, which were some of the coolest American made Ranger suits that have come out of the franchise. Like, Disney did not fuck around when it came to, oh, we're gonna make our own suits. Okay, let's do this.
Unfortunately, one of the Spirit Rangers did pass away. I forget, it was the old man.
I want to say Master Fant. The Masters were actually like really cool. They also had in the spirit world, when all the Masters die, their bodies die, but their spirits live on in the animal spirit world. So there was a couple of Masters that we met up there. So it was really cool to have that addition of some extra power to go up against the villains.
But for every villain, we have the good guys.
Yeah, we sure the fuck do. They started out kind of meh and then really came into their own as the season goes on. I mean, I guess you can say that about most of the teams, but I would say they definitely show the most growth. Casey starts off as a newcomer to the school. He hasn't been there too long, but because Gerard was being a douche Bigelow, Master Mao basically let Casey take his place. We also have Theo, who is a bit of a know-it-all. He is very skilled in what he does, but he does not necessarily show the other people around him that they know things as well. But he is extremely smart and does know a lot of things. It just, behooves him to maybe listen to others sometimes. And then Lily is the heart of the team. She really is just overall a sweet person, but she is also ferocious and badass.
Yeah, she was definitely the badass of the team. I feel like the female Yellow Ranger on a 3-person team was always the badass. Like Dino Thunder, bro. Like, you can do whatever you want.
So like all three of them were really cool together. But it took them a second to vibe because, like I said, Casey was the new guy. So at one point they couldn't learn how to do their Megazord form until everybody was on the same page with weapons.
Yes.
So Casey was untrained and Theo kind of had to step up and train him, but only after Lily was the one to remind Theo that, hey, dum-dum, you weren't always good at this. You kind of sucked and needed somebody to teach you. So, like, now it's your turn to teach somebody.
So on top of those three, we have RJ, who is the master of this season. And RJ has the distinct honor of being the first ever Purple Ranger. Oh, man. Dude, I don't know what it is about the color purple, but like when put on the right suit, mwah.
It is really cool to see that they took this Ranger and really ran with it. Even being the mentor, it made sense for RJ to step up and have this power because he was the one that knew somebody who connected him to the morphing grid. So if anybody was going to have a spare morpher off to the side for themselves, it was going to be him.
And his morpher was so fucking cool.
Yeah, he had it was like a wolf, but it also had like a bell for because in the Sentai he was some sort of like boxer or fighter. So like in his morph sequence, you could see him like in the ring and like the wrap comes around him and makes his suit. So I'm not sure what exactly that means as far as the Sentai itself, because I didn't get that far into it yet, but it is cool to see what they were going for.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we have Dominic, the White Rhino. Dude, this helmet was so beautiful. The Morpher,
Less beautiful.
but the helmet, 10 out of 10. The suit, I love the orange accent.
The big rhino horn in the front, the like rhino kind of spike on the mouthpiece. It's got like a nice depth to it. So all the helmets were done really,
Yes.
really well. Uh, Even Daishi and Camille's
Oh.
helmets when they went into their forms. Camille's with the like chameleon tail off the back.
Mm-hmm.
Daishi with the whole lion's mane.
Oh.
But where
Wow.
there's cool parts of the suits, there's also some less cool parts of the suits. And by that, I'm looking at the shoes, and I love the boots, but I hate the boots. But I
Yeah.
love to hate the boots.
And another head scratching moment of the season was the Morphers. Why, in the name of all things holy, would you choose sunglasses to be
Well,
the fucking Morpher for the Power Rangers? See, Kyle gets to get angry now because this is the dumbest fucking shit I have ever seen in my life. Oh, let's morph. Hang on. Click. Oh, put them on right. Let's do it. Dink. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Hate it.
I blame Paris Hilton because it was the time of the pop culture era where those like really dumb shutter sunglasses came out where like it was looking through a pair of blinds, and like sunglasses were all the rage. So it makes it even worse. I hate it even more now, but it unfortunately that I would say would probably be the reason why they made such a strong choice instead of going with the Sentai Morpher.
They weren't even nice glasses. They were the douchebag Oakley glasses that PC Principal in South Park wears. Like, no thought process went into these morphers. Like, the coolest morpher was the fucking Rhino Ranger.
Um, yeah, it was like this weird giant hand
Yeah.
claw
It was
spiking
like,
doodle with like fingers, and
spirit unleashed. And he would like punch the air and fucking rad.
there were so many just weird parts of
I need
this
a fucking
where
cigarette now. That's how angry I am.
in the grand scheme of things of dumb morphers, they definitely could have tried a little bit harder with these.
Yeah.
Um, in the Sentai, they had their like claw boosters. So, or not claw boosters. They were like these like the orange things that were on their
Yeah.
wrists. Those were the morphers in the Sentai. So they would like tap it with their hand and
Mhm.
that would activate it and then they would morph. So they kept that as a costume piece but not necessarily as the morpher. But I feel like they took a swing and definitely
Mhm.
missed.
And the helmets were the prettiest part of any of the suits. The suits themselves, awful.
You know, I didn't mind Casey's. The stripes that were on the back, it worked for the tiger.
Yeah, but
Um,
like, you know what it is, dude? Give him a belt. Give him some. Don't just give him a fucking jumpsuit.
yeah, that is a little. I
You
mean, it's always been just a jumpsuit, whether they add a belt to it or
But I'm
not.
saying the belt adds more to it. Like, it's not just like, oh wow, this dude's in a spandex suit. Like, I get it. You don't need a belt if you're wearing spandex. But like, where do you keep your shit?
Well, I mean, for the most part, I'm thinking about this now. They didn't have like normal teams a like blaster on their hip, so but they were doing kung fu. They were trained to fight hand to hand
Yeah, but like, where does he keep her bow staff? Where does he keep his nunchucks? Where does the Red Ranger keep it?
in their wrists. They do a little thing and they pull their wrists together and their little things make their weapons appear out of nowhere with the morphing grid.
There's a simple explanation for that. If you guys think that I'm angry now, wait till the next episode when we talk about Mystic Force.
Awesome armory.
So Casey has the jungle chucks, Theo has the jungle tonfa, and Lily has the jungle bow. So normally all their weapons would come together to make some sort of blaster or something that would defeat the enemies. But we didn't get a combination weapon thing from them this season. We got the claw cannon, which was one of those like those air guns where you just pull back and it launches a thing of air.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially what this was. Two people would stand at the bottom and hold it and like power it up, and one person would stand in the back and push the back in, and it would shoot a laser. RJ built it, so he was at least showing off some of his technical abilities.
Oh, I forgot how bad this looked.
Yeah, it's so silly.
I forgot how awful this looked.
Like midway through the season, their midway power up is them getting Jungle Master mode.
Dope
So
suits.
yes, so they meet three spirits in the spirit world, and they get told they have extra power, and they access said power, and with that, it's actually a kind of a cool transition of the suits because they don't just go from like black to white. The suit itself, so like the Red Ranger, his main suit is red and his stripes are black. But then in Jungle Master mode, what was red becomes white, and then what was black becomes red.
Yeah,
so
that's
like they
sick.
change the color up a little bit, and it really just gives them a nice pop.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the white accents on the helmets, really just well fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Masters, the Spirit Rangers are just some of the best.
Dude, the bat and the elephant helmet, just, oh my god. The tusks on the side.
Even their suit designs too, like each suit is designed differently based on the animal. So the elephant has like the trunk down the front. The shark has the fins that come in on the sleeves. So like they do some really cool and dynamic things with that really help to kind of take the overall look of the suits out of the dumper from the first round of suits. So with each new master that the Rangers get, they also get a new weapon. Master Fant teaches the jungle mace. Master Swoop teaches the jungle fans, and Master Finn teaches the jungle sabers. So each ranger gets another weapon and another Zord that they can all call upon that will combine with all their other Zords.
Mecha Madness.
And thankfully, there's not a lot of Zords this season. So with obviously each ranger has a Zord that goes with their animal spirit. So we have tiger, jaguar, and cheetah. RJ's wolf comes in and can take the place of the yellow leg, and then he can kind of run that on his own. So when they get their new Zords, when they go into like Jungle Master mode, they get the gorilla, the antelope, and the penguin on a surfboard. So
I forgot the penguins had a surfboard.
yeah, it's so silly. And speaking of the Penguin, they really missed out on just some cool contextual thing that they could have done. There's Master Gwyn was played by the same actress who played Cat Manx on SPD. So they really missed out on an opportunity to have a Cat Ranger, and they could have had the same actress that played Cat be a Cat Ranger. That would have been really cool. However, she was cast as a Penguin instead.
That was her?
That was her. Dom Zord, the Rhino Zord, was able to form its own Megazord. So that kind of did I think it's called Rhino Warrior mode.
Yes.
And then they had like a final stampede that they would do with all of their animal spirits, where like the Zords would charge at the enemy. But this Zord process is actually really strange because their Zords are their animal spirits. So like at least the way it's portrayed, the animal spirit leaps out of them and then becomes a Zord. And then that's why they control it like Gundam style, where they do the moves in the cockpit standing up, and the robot mimics it because it's their spirits that have come together and combined.
Okay.
So all of them are in unison, and that's why they're doing the same moves.
There's a simple explanation for that.
I guess we are left with only one thing to do.
The Golden Morpher.
I'm giving the Golden Morpher to the Masters, aka the Spirit Rangers. Dope. The suits, the actors portraying them, the overall culmination of them helping the Rangers out to being bad to coming back to good for the last battle. Mwah.
I would have to agree with you on this. The suits, the helmets, they were just really well done. And for being American made, I would be amiss to call out how much they improved the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because you weren't fighting against just someone evil who was on your team.
Yeah.
You're fighting against your teacher who just taught you everything you needed to know. So now you need to use all of that against them.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was
anticlimactic.
There's the word. I couldn't find it for a second. It was so anticlimactic because all they didn't even use a Megazord to fight against this giant 8-headed dragon that had showed up. All the masters had come back from the spirit world and turned into their master forms or their animal spirit forms.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing we know, the three Rangers are just going, we're going to concentrate. We're going to concentrate. We're going to Kamehameha and catch the spirit and destroy it, and game over. Right, but like not even in a fun way. It was just like, focus. Here we go. So with every weird part, there was still some really good parts. I would definitely rank this season a solid. You know what? I'm going with 7.
Yeah, that's what I was in the range of 7 out of 10.
Yeah, the grand scheme of things was a little off, but also the overarching story that they put together worked. It wasn't like Lost Galaxy where we took 45 episodes to get to a Lost Galaxy. We're there for like a hot second, and then it was like, oh look, we're right back where we started.
It's still my favorite season of all time.
Oh, I know, but it's in terms of travel and how long it took us to get there.
Yeah, well, we can't all be winners.
Speaking of not being a winner, I'm kind of excited for this next episode.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Mostly because I have a nugget of information about the season that I've just been holding on to. And
What's that, Leo?
well, I'm not going to tell you. Obviously, I'm going to save it for when we record that episode. But you can just sit on that until the next episode because I've been sitting on it for what feels like an eternity.
I hate this game. I really do. I hate this game. Guys, if you are not following us or subscribed to us on YouTube, do us a favor. Click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notifications when we upload all of our videos. Not just that, but drop Leo V a follow, Leo V7373 on Twitter, on Instagram and on TikTok. Shoot me a follow on TikTok, Stone Cold Steve Kyle. I'm on Twitter, Beard God TTV. I'm on Twitch at Beard God. This Friday, I'll be streaming Fortnite because guess what's coming to Fortnite? The Power Rangers! Yes! We are finally getting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fortnite crossover that I have been so desperately tweeting at Fortnite and at Epic Games on Twitter to put them in there. We're getting the five original colors, plus we're getting Tommy's green, Tommy's white, and from what I just read about 10 minutes ago, Dino Thunder Black as well.
Damn. Make sure you follow him on all of his socials so you don't miss out on the streams.
Yes.
Also, linked in there, you will find 732 Sweet threads where you can get one of your very own Ranger Rabble t-shirts. Ba-doo-doo-doo.
That comes in all 7 colors.
Damn right.
From all of us here at Ranger Rabble and Nerd Daddy Productions, I'm Kyle D.
I'm Leo V.
It's morphin'
It's
time!
morphin' time.
Dink! Jungle Beast!
Jungle Beast.
Spirit
Unleashed.
Unleashed!
Later.